Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Immigrant Blueprint channel. Today, we're going to be talking about how to prepare for the marriage-based adjustment of status interview. Now, this is a critical step in the process of obtaining a green card through marriage, and it's important that you are well prepared. So let's start with the basics, okay? The adjustment of status interview is an in-person interview that you and your spouse will attend with an immigration officer. Now, we know, and I've talked about this in a previous video, that USCIS is currently waiving certain cases that qualify for an interview waiver. The best thing to do is to try to prepare a very strong petition from the onset so that you have a higher chance of having your interview waived. But if you're not one of those people that gets their interview waived, it's important that you prepare for your marriage-based petition interview. So the purpose of the interview is basically to determine whether your marriage is bona fide and whether you're eligible for a green card. Now, the interview can be a very nerve-wracking experience, but with the right preparation, you will feel confident, you'll feel ready, and you'll be able to succeed. Okay, so I'm going to provide some tips for preparing for the interview. Tip number 1, gather all the necessary documentation and evidence. It is important to gather all of the necessary documentation and evidence to demonstrate the bona fides of your marriage. Now, this includes information in documents such as, your joint bank account statements, photos, evidence of joint ownership of property. You should also bring copies of your marriage certificate and any other relevant documents such as divorce decrees or death certificates. So you want to gather all of that prior to your marriage-based petition interview. Tip number 2, you want to understand the legal requirements. It is important to be aware of the eligibility criteria and any potential issues that may arise during your interview. For example, if either you or your spouse has a criminal record, it is important to disclose this information and be prepared to explain the circumstances. Immigration law is complex, and there are a lot of nuances that may affect your case. If you don't understand the legal requirements or potential issues, you may inadvertently make mistakes, and this could hurt your case. Additionally, it's important to be aware of any changes in immigration policy or regulations that may also affect your case. Immigration law is constantly evolving, and it's important to stay up to date to any changes that may impact your eligibility for a green card. This is why I always stress that it's important to work with an immigration attorney. By understanding the legal requirements, you can have a better chance and be better prepared to provide accurate and truthful answers during your interview. This can help you avoid any issues that may arise from misunderstandings or miscommunication. Overall, understanding legal requirements is critical when preparing for the marriage-based adjustment of status interview. If you have any questions or concerns about your eligibility, again, it's important to seek the guidance of an experienced immigration attorney who can help you navigate the process and also prepare for your interview. Tip number 3, practice your interview skills. Practicing for the marriage-based adjustment of status interview is a key aspect of preparation. By doing so, you can familiarize yourself with the types of questions that may be asked and prepare thoughtful and accurate responses. Okay, I'm not telling you to sit there and memorize your responses, but you will give yourself an opportunity to think about your answers ahead of time. One of the best ways to practice is to review common interview questions and prepare your answers in advance. You can find many resources for these questions online, such as sample interview questions and videos, mock interviews, and so forth. I also have a free resource on my website that walks you through the adjustment of status process and also provides some sample interview questions. You can also work with your spouse or an immigration attorney to create a list of potential questions that you may be asked during the interview. During your practice session, try to simulate the actual interview environment as closely as possible. For example, practice answering questions out loud, maintain eye contact with your spouse or your practice partner, and pay attention to your body language and your tone of voice when you're practicing. It's also important to practice giving honest and accurate responses. This means being truthful about any aspect of your relationship or personal history that may be relevant to the interview. While it's important to be prepared, it's equally important to be as genuine and truthful in your responses as possible. By practicing for your interview, you can feel more confident and you'll feel more prepared on the day of your interview. This can help you avoid any anxiety, nervousness that may affect your performance. You can also identify any areas where you may need to improve your responses or gather additional documentation or evidence. Overall, practicing for the marriage-based adjustment of status interview is a critical aspect of preparation. And by doing so, you will be well prepared, you'll be confident, and you'll be ready to succeed during this interview. Tip number 4, and I mentioned this a little bit earlier in another tip, be honest and genuine in your answers. During the interview, it's important to be honest and genuine in your answers. The officer will be looking for signs of fraud or misrepresentation. So it's important to provide truthful and accurate information. If you don't know the answer to a question, it's okay to say, I don't know. Don't lie and don't make things up. Tip number 5, get the guidance of an experienced immigration attorney. Yes, finally. It's important to have the guidance of an experienced immigration attorney on your side. An attorney can help you navigate the process, will provide guidance on what to expect, and prepare you for the interview. I do this with my clients all the time. Attorneys can also represent you at the interview if necessary. We can do this in person or we can do this telephonically. So, if you know that you are not sure, you're nervous and you want the support of an immigration attorney on your side, I recommend reaching out to an attorney. Okay, so these are some tips for preparing for the marriage-based adjustment of status interview. Remember, with the right preparation and guidance, you can feel confident and ready to succeed during your marriage-based interview. If you have any questions or need legal representation or just general questions about any other immigration matter, you can feel free to contact my office. My information will be in the description. If you feel that you liked this video and you want to watch more videos like this and haven't subscribed to the channel, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button and notification bell so that you're aware every time I post a new video. And if you know anybody that would benefit from this information that I shared today in this video, please share as well. Thank you for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.